When I think about the day everything changed, I remember the sound of the rain tapping against my apartment window. It was an ordinary Monday and I was late as usual. I worked at a digital marketing company, constantly running between deadlines, meetings, and the kind of routine that drains you without you even noticing. I was 28 and had that constant feeling of being in the right place but living the wrong life. Everything started to fall apart when my best friend Hugo invited me for coffee. He was the kind of person who never sugarcoated things. "You're living on autopilot, Miguel," he said, staring at me with that look of someone who sees more than he should. "You've got an incredible gift for creating, but you're wasting your life behind a screen, selling ideas you don't even believe in." I laughed and tried to change the subject, but those words stuck in my head like glue. That night, I got home and looked around. The apartment was modern, tidy, but lifeless. I remembered when I was a kid and dreamed of being a musician. I used to spend hours with my father's old guitar, playing until my fingers hurt. But adulthood came with bills, fears, and responsibilities, and that dream was slowly buried under real life. The following days felt strange. At work, I couldn't focus anymore. Every campaign I created felt empty. Every meeting sounded like an echo in my head. Then one day, without planning it, I quit. It was impulsive, maybe even crazy, but it felt like breathing for the first time in years. I walked out of the building with a mix of fear and relief swirling inside me. For months, I tried to return to music. I wrote songs, recorded simple videos, and posted them online. At first, no one watched, no one commented, but I kept going. Hugo, always by my side, used to say, "You just need one moment and it'll come." I laughed at his optimism, but one day, that moment actually arrived. One of my videos was shared by a famous musician. Within hours, everything exploded. Thousands of people started following, commenting, asking for more. I got invited to play in bars, then at festivals, and soon I was actually living the life I had always dreamed of. It was strange, as if life had just been waiting for me to be brave enough to start. My parents, who were worried at first, eventually understood. I'll never forget the day my father, a man of few words, said to me, "Son, I've never seen you so alive." That sentence hurt and healed me at the same time. I realized that fear of failure had made me live half a life, avoiding the person I was meant to be. Today, things are very different. I have my own band, I travel, I write, and I meet people who connect deeply with my lyrics. Sometimes I miss the stability I once had, but I wouldn't trade what I have now for anything. The uncertainty that used to scare me has become part of the adventure. Hugo is still around, now as my manager, and more like a brother than a friend. Sometimes during long drives on tour, he teases me, "See? I told you to stop selling other people's ideas and start selling your own." I laugh and reply, "Who knew a random coffee could change everything?" Sometimes I think about how many people live trapped in lives they never chose, afraid to disappoint someone or lose the little security they have. The truth is, there's never a perfect time to change. If you wait for fear to go away, you'll wait forever. Courage doesn't come from the absence of fear. It comes from the desire to live something real. Not everyone believed in me at first. Some friends drifted away, others called me irresponsible. But time, that silent judge, proved that following your heart isn't recklessness. It's honesty. Nowadays, when I visit my old company to see some former coworkers, I see in their eyes the same emptiness I once felt. And I know deep down that I made the right choice. In the end, I think that's what life is, a series of small pushes, and it's up to us to decide whether to stay still or jump into the unknown. The safest path isn't always the right one. Sometimes the right one is the one that terrifies you the most. Now looking back, I see that fear wasn't what held me back. Comfort was. And nothing weighs heavier than the calm of a life that isn't truly yours.